So there is one thing and one principle that we all must embrace, brothers, and especially if we are deciding that we will be taking on a journey where we're trying to be up, we're trying to go up, not down. Might it be called self-improvement, might it be manifest itself in your life in regards of you pursuing exercises such as NoFap, such as semen retention, such as meditation, reading, but anything that could be connected to you trying to become a better version of yourself, and you not necessarily that for yourself, but for the sake of you eventually bring yourself to a place when you're able to map out your potential, at least if you're not able to use it. And so enough of the philosophy lesson over here. I just simply wanted to talk about something, a principle that is just super much like mind changing. So this is how we go about this. I just simply took on this journey of me working out every single day, right? And it was just more than a year ago, about 13 months ago, right? And so throughout this journey, I really took on this path because I was lazy, and I really felt like I had days when I really let things go instead of me really going after the things that I'm supposed to be going after. And so the actual means of this challenge for me was that me just simply meeting myself and trying to really see that what are excuses, what are real excuses, what are fake excuses, and where are my limits lie really. And what I did believe and still do believe is that with physical activities, with physical hardship, if you would, so we can really touch ourselves in a way, touch our whole mind in a way where it is very deeply rooted, you know. So physical pain, it just sucks, you know. Let it be that you're lifting a weight, let it be that you're let it be that something, you know, bad illness happened to your son and so forth. But actually pain is just bad. Everyone responds to pain, brother. And so this is because we are human. And so coming with the working out, putting the pictures together over here, I just got to a place and I was like, man, you've got to go through this workout thing every single day, no matter how you feel, because your body will be able to handle this thing. And I was right. And so I just simply gone through these things, and I just got to realize that I'd say 80% of the time, or maybe almost all the time, it wasn't that I was weak when I didn't want to work out. It was that my mind was weak. And yes, like there were, like, don't get me wrong, like there were days when I didn't really feel like my body didn't really feel like it. But after a good running session, or I mean, like on those days, mostly I didn't, you know, kill myself, but I was like, you know, bro, like the bare minimum, the minimum quota, you know, like 3 kilometers or something like that. You do that shit. And so after I got to this point, I just got to realize that, man, my mind is the weakest link. My mind is the weakest link. And every single time when I'm looking at something, and every single time when I'm feeling blue, and every single time when I just simply got this resentment inside of myself, I just got to realize that this is my mind, brother. This is my mind. Mostly those things are not even true, and mostly they are overthought, and mostly those are just, you know, waste of time. And so what I've got to realize on this journey is that we are just overdoing it in our minds, brothers. The actual reason for me not being a millionaire yet is because I just simply wasn't doing the shit that I was supposed to be doing. How to get to $1 million? Pick a fucking service, stick with that service, pick a channel, stick with that channel, and do it for at least a year, but likely 2 or maybe 3 years. Because again, like, you're just starting out, like how the freaking cat is supposed to be good? And so I've really done that, but I've got to realize that I've been picking up the wrong vehicle. And yeah, so I gotta change that, whether I want to go after this, so not necessarily the bad vehicle, but not something that is fitting with me, you know. I'm still young, I don't want to, you know, get into something that just doesn't make sense to me, you know. And what I've got to realize is that there were many times when I was just, afraid of picking up the phone and calling, when I was just afraid of, me, sitting down and reading, when I was afraid of me, when I really had the mood and when my soul was craving it, put on my, my DJ set and start, just like having a set and so on and so forth. And so this is this something, this inner thing that we do have inside ourselves, this inner enemy, this thing that is just all about, hey man, you shouldn't supposed to be doing, hey man, this resentment, this feeling of we are not enough, this whole thing, this whole BS. And so what I've got to realize, brothers, is that this thing is just all made up inside our heads. And so, for example, yesterday, I was just so caught up in this idea that I'm supposed to be doing one thing and nothing else I can do. And I just got into this monk mode so freaking much that I was like, man, you cannot DJ, you cannot really read and so on and so forth. Because those are the activities that are not 120% aligned with your current purpose. Which was a lie, because if I just simply do not cool my mind somewhere, some days, then I'm just burning the fuck out. And so yesterday I was like, man, I don't give a shit. I'd be just, putting on my DJ set, and I'd be just, playing a set. And this is what happened, And I felt good. And I was like, man, why do you have to push yourself? Why is this unnecessary pain? Because this is your identity, because you love to suffer. And this is the thing that you are doing for yourself, because you're just putting yourself into a freaking bubble. That you're supposed to be this way, that you're supposed to be living like a fucking man, that you're supposed to be chasing that business, that you shouldn't supposed to be use any kind of a social app, to meet with women. You can only go out in a club or in another setting where you can meet people and girls and so on and so forth. These are all limiting beliefs. And at the end of the day, this is because we are living in a bubble. Because we just simply, our minds are just overplaying us, brothers. And so what I've got to realize is that our greatest power can come from us eventually saying to fuck you, to our minds. And go ahead and really get to the place where we are just allowing it ourselves to move, to do the things that we're supposed to be doing. And so the actual physical pain had been a great thing to teach it to my mind and teach it to my whole body that mostly my mind is enemy. My body is capable of that. Oh, such a beautiful body. And so this is a cautionary tale that I wanted to bring up over here, because this is true for NoFap, for semen retention, and for working out too. And so maybe knowing this might help you a tiny bit. And with all of my love, brothers, keep on going.